Okay. Hi, good morning. Thanks for joining us for our pre-bid meeting for IFB 21-033. This is a rebid for fire hydrant painting. This is a one-year contract with 2 additional one-year extension periods. And the contract will begin September 1st. All right, I'm waiting for somebody from the department to join me, but we'll go ahead and get started since we're already running a little bit late. Let me know if you're watching. I see I only have one person watching. Can you shoot a message to me? Since this is a pre-bid, I need to know that you're out there so I can list your name, that you were here. And if nobody else joins us, you're going to get the contract if you bid right. And you have all your documentation in order. So today is July 28th, and I'll go ahead and get started. This contract has a DBE requirement, so you will have to find your DBE contractor to do at least 15% of the contract work for you. I sent out the DBE policy when I sent out this bid via email, so you will have that. Please read it, because all your documentation goes to the DBE office to be evaluated, and if anything's incorrect or not in order, your bid will be thrown out. So the contractor has to have a business license to do work in the city of Mobile and the county of Mobile. And that's to begin with. And scheduling the work, the contractor maps, we're going to give you the maps for the areas where the fire hydrants will be listed, where the fire hydrants will be located, and you'll do 100, you'll paint 100 fire hydrants per month. Okay. All right, in no event shall the number of fire hydrants provided on 1 month listing exceed the quantity of 100. So you'll never have more than 100 to do in a month. The scope of the work is for you to weed eat around the fire hydrant. If any landscaping needs to be removed, plant or grass or anything like that, it all needs to be planted back. We want the fire hydrant to be pressure washed, wire brushed, and then painted. And painting involves a layer of primer. So even if your paint contains primer, we want you to primer the fire hydrant before that paint goes on, okay? All right, and that starts on page 7 of 19, how we want it painted. The primer is number 1 on page 7 of 19. Come on in. We had to get started. Oh, 11.
That's what my invite says.
We started early. That's good. We've only got one person watching. Well, we didn't start till late because I couldn't find Donnie and I couldn't find Rusty. But anyway, so I've already started. I'm just going over the basics of it, and I'll go over it again at 11. This is great. I thought we were late. All right. So the beginning of what we want you to do on the fire hydrant with each fire hydrant is it begins on page 5, I believe. Yeah. And continues on for several pages. The normal work hours for this contract is 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, except for holidays. We want you to be able to paint the hydrant and warranty your work for 2 years against all paint defects. And again, the performance period for this contract is 1 year with 2 one-year extension options. All right, well, we've got about 10 minutes till we're supposed to go on the air, so should we just stop here and restart? Can we do that?
Probably need to keep it running.
Just keep it running? Well, I hate to go on for 8 minutes. Can you sing? Can you tap dance?
You don't want that.
All right, again, we went on the air at 10:45. That's when we usually open up our bids. And so we're 15 minutes early getting started, which will be good for those who join us. Hey, Donnie. I'm glad you're here.
Hey, Rusty, you supposed to come in?
I invited both of y'all and I called you and left you a message on your voicemail in your office and on your cell phone, and I did the same for him. But I was thinking it was bid opening time at 10:45, and you're right on time. We're not supposed to be doing the pre-bid till 11 o'clock. You can pull up a chair at the end there.
We're live right now, so don't.
Yeah, we're live, and we got started just about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and I started to go over the contract, but we're early because we told everybody to join us at 11, and we began about 10:50, something like that. We've got one person waiting, and I told them to shoot a message and let us know they're watching, but I haven't gotten anything over here yet that states who they are. It's a mandatory pre-bid, so they need to let us know they're here. Or maybe they just turned on their computer and went about their business till 11. All right, when I emailed this out to everyone, I emailed out the DVE policy. I saw Felicia walking by. I don't know if she's going to join us or not. But I went over a little bit of that if you have a contractor, if you get this contract, you will need a DVE subcontractor to perform at least 15% of the work. All right, we got 5 more minutes till we're really supposed to start. I sent this solicitation out to 6 different companies. I took some of the old ones off because this is the 3rd time we've rebid it, and some of them haven't bid all 3 times. And if you don't bid, I mean, just by bid law, if a vendor doesn't bid 3 contracts in a row, you can take them off of your mailing list. It just takes down the amount of postage that would have gone out, but I don't do it by snail mail anymore. Since COVID, we've been mailing these out via email. I'm pretty sure Tim Stewart's going to join us. If that's not him.
It's probably me.
Oh, that's you? Okay. Well, he said he'd throw something at this contract. I like the way you put that.
Yeah. Something that makes you want to get it.
Did y'all ever discuss that hub thing, that fire hydrant thing that hugs the plug and cleans it and sands it?
No, we're good with it.
Yeah.
It's the means and methods really as far as we're concerned.
Whoever suggested that, they never bid.
Right.
Oh, look at you, Van. Okay. Oh, there's a hub. That's me doing a plug hug. You're gonna have this message from me, Rusty, on your desk phone and
Yeah, I got it.
your cell phone.
Come on, cell phone. Oh, yeah,
It just popped up
Okay.
after you said it. Come on my phone.
Yeah, I called you using the front page of the bid, and then Sammy popped his head in. I called him in his office, and he gave me your cell
You
phone
think we
number.
weren't gonna make it?
I thought you were late. I thought all of y'all were late. I even said Van was late.
So your number was 513?
So, yeah, 757, yeah. I've got a
I
North.
never answered that. Virginia Beach, Virginia?
Yeah.
Why
You were in
yeah.
the Navy, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in the Army, but
Oh.
I was thinking that was a warranty, somebody want my warranty again, so.
So why do you have it in Virginia?
My son used to carry me on his cellular plan back when we had flip phones. It was $9.95 a
I better
month.
save that as you then.
And so when he was in the Navy for 14 years, and when they stationed him in Spain, he said, "Mom, I got to turn this phone number off." He said, "They don't have AT&T in Spain." And I said, "You can't. Oh my gosh. My doctors, my credit cards, my employer, everybody I know is connected to this phone number, so I had to buy it. I had to buy the phone number from AT&T.
Yeah.
They said, "Well, you can have it, but you'll have to pay his bill." And he had been calling home from Spain every single day. These international phone calls had added up, and I bought that account for $800 to pay his international
Wow.
calls home. That's how much I wanted that phone number.
Yeah.
So we have one more watching now.
Okay, all right.
Not sure who that is.
Hi, if you're just joining us, we started a little early today, so go ahead and send us a message that you're here, who you are, so we can list you. This is a mandatory pre-bid meeting. We've got 2 watching. We need to know who both are. We think one of them is Van.
Don't tell them.
Well, I haven't ever figured it out if they really count us watching, but I guess they're going to count anybody watching. All right, it's 11 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and start again. This is the second time we've rebid this contract. This is for the annual contract for fire hydrant painting. This is our IFB 21-033. And we're going to discuss the scope of work for this contract, take questions, and try and get your questions squared away while we're here today at the pre-bid meeting. So if you have a copy of your contract, on the front page it talks about the applicable DBE policy for this contract is 1701, which means you have to have a DBE contractor hired to do at least 15% of your contract work. So even if you are a DBE, you still have to hire another DBE contractor to subcontract this work for you. When I emailed the bids out, I emailed a copy of the bid with the copy of the DBE policy, so please read that. There's a page in your bid that says, "Did you read it?" because here's the submittals you have to send in with your bid, and you're going to sign that saying that you've read it, so please do so. All right, on page 3 of 19, we talk about the bidders must be licensed to work in the city of Mobile and the county of Mobile. So we'll need a copy of your business license in with your bid, and a copy of your certificate of liability insurance, but we'll go over that in a minute. All right, the scheduling of work. The contractor is going to be furnished maps and a work order with the listings of the hydrants to be painted during that month. So each month you'll get a new listing. And there's never going to be more than 100 hydrants to paint during 1 month. Y'all jump in if you hear anything I'm saying that's not right, or it could be fluffed up more.
We need to increase that.
Excuse me? Okay. All right, then page 4, it goes over the scope of work. Each fire hydrant needs to be weed eated if there's grass growing up around it. If any kind of landscaping needs to be removed, it needs to be put back. So if you damage something, or if you dug up the grass around the fire hydrant, you would need to plant that back. We'd like the fire hydrants to be pressure washed, wire brushed, and then painted. that's starting on page 4 of 9. Tells you how we want each fire hydrant to be done. You can read this for yourself, but when we get over into the painting on page 7, the first order of business is to primer that fire hydrant. Even if your paint has a primer in it, we still want that first coat of paint to go down as primer only. At the bottom of page 7, it says the contractor shall submit with his bid the paint specifications proposed for this contract. So you need to get your paint samples in order and submit what you're going to use for each fire hydrant. Let us know. Just put it in a list, and we'll go over that as your bid submittal. Make sure everything's in order. On page 9 of 19, the work hours are from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, with the exception of holidays. And it says that you shall warrant your work for a period of 2 years from the date of painting for any defects. Again, the contract time is a period of 1 year. At the end of the first year, you have the option to renew if you want to stay with us, and if we like your work, we'll renew and go for year 2, and this would possibly end up in year 3. It's a 3-year contract, possible contract. We want everybody to work safely. And your insurance requirements start on page 13, and I'd like to see a copy of your insurance certificate coming in with your submittals. Page 15 is your DBE policy acknowledgement that I talked about. This page will tell you everything that you need to submit as far as your DBE company that you're going to subcontract to, what we need from you to show that they know what you offered. We need a letter from them on their letterhead that shows your offer and their acceptance. So what did you offer them and what did they agree to do on their letterhead, and submit that with your bid. The form for the DBE subcontracting plan itself is page 16 of 19. And your price sheet's on page 17. So we're asking you for the unit cost to do 1 fire hydrant, and you'll do 1,200 within the year. So on the price sheet, we want your unit cost and what you expect that to end up being times 1,200. All right, we still have 2 watching, and no one has typed in their names to say who's here. So we need you to do that, and we're taking questions. If you want to ask us any questions, type them in and we'll go over the answers with you now. There you go, type one.
I was typing my name just so people have an example.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I don't see it.
Well, we're on a delay.
Oh, all right, that's right. There it is. Well, we know that nobody was watching and then bailed out because we weren't here because we started early.
Can they call in to give their name? Call.
They can, because we'll know there was one person, evidently they're having trouble. If you're having some kind of trouble and you're not able to get your name to print to us, you can call us. You can call me after the bid, after the pre-bid meeting. And my number's on the top left corner of your bid document. Or you can call Rusty, or you could call Donnie. You can call any of us. Let us know you were here.
And if you have a question that's pertaining to the bid, and you feel you can call now, we can try and answer that question on air.
Mm-hmm. Now we got 3.
Oh boy.
Somebody missed the whole thing. All right, we have somebody else who's joined us. please key your name in so we know you're here. Let us know who you're with. All right, Mr. Robinson. Hi, Pat. All right, we got Pat Robinson.
And if you joined us late, you're always able to watch this video after the fact because it'll be archived on our YouTube station.
Yeah,
So you could always go back and rewatch it in case you missed something. And if you want to see something else about the pre-bid meeting, because we've already gone over everything. So if you're late joining, you can always rewatch the video anytime.
And they're coming up faster. Used to it'd take a day or so for them to appear on my phone. Now I can get back in my office and it appears right away. It's there. Has technology gotten better?
Now we have 4 watches.
All right. Hi, somebody else has just joined us, so we want you to type your name in so that we know you're here. Let us know who you're with. We've already gone over the bid and what's expected, so now we need questions. I know you missed it, but it'll play over again so you can go back and watch the rerun of it.
We also need your name for the record since this is a mandatory pre-bid.
Exactly.
If we don't have your name and your company name, then we can't have you down as a pre-bid participant.
Right, and you can't bid, right? You can't bid if you're not here. Pat, do you have any questions? I think she hasn't, now Robinson hasn't had this contract yet, but if you have any questions, we'll answer those for you now. Again, this contract begins September 1st. It'll go to our board for their approval on September 3rd. And the contract begins September 1st through August 31st of 2022. So their approval may be a couple of days into the month of September, but you'll still have time to get your work done for September. We've got 5 joining us now. And we need you to key your name in and let us know that you're here. For some reason, we're not getting any names except for Pat Robinson. So if you need to call us when this pre-bid ends, you can call us and let us know you were here. Okay, Pat, she doesn't have any questions. All right. Your bids will be due at 10:30 a.m. on August 4th, which is is that next Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, this month is over. So bids are due 10:30 a.m. August 4th. We'll need you to submit with your bid your contractor's license, your proof of insurance, liability insurance, and on page 7 of the bid document, it states that we want you to submit your paint specifications that you propose to use on this contract. Page 8 tells you what colors we want you to use. And if your list matches ours, that's great. What color are the hydrants? They're painted yellow.
Safety.
The barrels
I
are
guess what
yellow.
it's called.
Yellow, so they'll be painted yellow. We had a vendor who said they could send them to us all day long, but they'll come in red. I thought,
Yeah.
well, the Mueller was gonna be coming in
Lisa, we
red.
got Prestige Building is in attendance.
All right.
If you don't mind maybe typing in your name as well, just so we have your name for Prestige Building.
Yeah, I don't have them listed as a vendor. And for Prestige, I don't have you on my mailing list, so if you're a new vendor, we'll get you set up before this contract is awarded. Again, we've already gone over this bid document. We started at 11 a.m. We had a few people join us late. If we have any questions, if you've looked over the bid and you need us to answer anything for you, now's the time. Okay, I don't guess there's anybody, and maybe we'll get some phone calls. I see they're leaving us now. We've got 3 down instead of 5.
Okay.
Y'all have anything to add? All right, well, we're gonna let this go, and we'll be looking for your bid submittals or your phone calls in just a few minutes after we go